Since last month's PlayStation Showcase, where Marvel Spider-Man 2 kicked off marketing by revealing gameplay and the Kraven trailer, we've gotten a lot of different confirmations for so many different things. But today we're going to be going over every villain confirmed that's likely going to appear or return in Marvel Spider-Man 2, and as well rank them. So let's get to it. Before we get into today's video, do you enjoy watching Spider-Man content on YouTube? If so, you found the perfect channel to join. For an affordable price of only $2 a month, you can get exclusive access to priority reply to comments, these cool custom badges I made myself, as well as some Spider-Man emojis. But wait, there's more! And lastly, you can get early access to content. If any of that sounds interesting, what are you waiting for? Join today. Thank you for your time. Back to your regularly scheduled content. So the way I'm going to rank them are how excited I am personally for them to debut or return in Marvel Spider-Man 2. Now, of course, this topic is subjective and this specific video is my opinion. So with that, make sure to leave your opinion down below. Give me your list of who you are most excited to see debut or return in Marvel Spider-Man 2 as far as villains. So I'm going to go from top to bottom. So starting off with Prowler, he was on the tablet in Kraven's trailer. Now, I think he's actually a good guy technically right now, but honestly, I don't know. He kind of was a villain in Miles Morales and has always been a villain of Spider-Man in the comics. Not entirely sure what is going on with him in Spider-Man 2. All we know right now is he's in prison due to helping take down, I forgot his name, the evil CEO of Roxxon. Damn, that guy was so fucking forgettable. You know who I'm talking about. Simon Krieger, there we go. But yeah, I don't know. Not super excited for him, but I guess would be interesting if it's a sort of thing with Miles, how like Peter and Otto, like if Pete goes to visit Otto in prison, that would be interesting, something like that. Next up we have Shocker, who again was on the tablet in the Kraven trailer. Now he's on the bottom of the list only because we already fought him, and plus like there's a lot more characters that I'm more excited to see return or debut over Shocker. But we do have the symbiote in this game, so I do really wonder if they will take inspiration from that one episode of the animated series. That would be a really cool nod if they did something similar. Even if it isn't with Shocker, that's fine too, but if they did do something like that with Shocker, that would be like really cool as far as fan service goes. Next up, Taskmaster. He was also as well on Kraven's tablet. I love Taskmaster in Spider-Man 1 low-key. I hope his fights are a little harder in Spider-Man 2, even though Spider-Man 1 he was super annoying and like he was kind of OP low-key, but I did kind of like the aspect of he's going to just tackle you out of nowhere and you have to fight him right then and there. You have no choice, because like as you do his task you realize, oh shit, like he's coming for me. When is he gonna strike? And it's always like when you least expect it. So yeah, I love Taskmaster in Spider-Man 1. Super excited to hopefully face off against him with the symbiote. That would be really dope. We'll see though. Next up on the list, Tombstone. I am really excited and like interested to see like the story that's going on with Tombstone in this game, because I think there was a hint he will be back eventually. I do not recall what it was, so if anybody remembers, comment down below. I would like, you know, go and figure it out, but I'm deciding to be a lazy YouTuber today. Plus it gets more interactions in the comment section. I like interacting with you guys in the comments, so if you know, comment below. But yeah, Tombstone was an absolute savage in Spider-Man 1, so I'm interested to see how he goes up against symbiote Spider-Man, who is also a savage from what we've seen so far. Actually, I don't even think savage is enough to describe Peter in Spider-Man 2. He's high-key. After Tombstone, we got Kingpin. He was on the tablet as well. I am curious to see if Kingpin will have any type of role in the game, because of course he's in prison currently, but symbiote Spider-Man and Kingpin could be interesting. And like over the years, they've had some interesting and very violent interactions, whether it be from the games or the comics. Movies, that hasn't become a thing yet, but we're waiting Tom Holland and Vincent D'Onofrio. We're waiting. Anyhow though, I don't even expect a big storyline for Kingpin in this game, but I do expect like a little something with Kingpin, kind of like what we had in Miles, but maybe a little bit more than that, you know. Then next up we got Lizard. I'm really excited to see how he becomes the Lizard again, because he's already previously become the Lizard in this universe. And like, see, the thing is with Dr. Connors and the Lizard, right, most people who have adapted this character into their version of Spider-Man have absolutely zero clue what to do with him, because it's like, what can you really do with the Lizard? And like we've seen the same story over and over, and like it's because he's just one of those characters. It's kind of just hard to make up like a good new story with, sort of. Either way, I mean, I really enjoy his design, so I don't necessarily mind if they do a similar story to other forms of media. Kind of just like is what it is. But I do think Insomniac will be able to come up with something new and fresh and interesting We'll see, of course, though. And then again, this won't be a lizard origin story. This will be an experienced lizard, a Dr. Connors who has already become lizard. So I guess this kind of is a different take already from the start. From my knowledge, I don't think we've had a story like this outside of the comics, at least. I could totally be wrong on that though. Maybe I forgot something, but yeah, on to the next one. Wraith. I am massively excited. Like, I'm on the edge of my seat wanting to just know how they approach Yuri becoming the Wraith, because alright, like, to be honest, I don't know this character that much. I know of and a little about the character, but this is one of those characters that's very obscure in like the rogues gallery of Spider-Man, and as well it's one of his old good friends on the Force that turned to the dark side. Kind of like how he will be turning to the dark side in this game too, which makes it even more interesting that they're both sort of like paralleling each other as far as like their character arcs in a way. I wonder how the boss battle for Wraith would go too. So again, like, I don't know much about the character, but I just looked her up and I guess she has fear gas and tentacles, which does sound interesting. So I do wonder, like, you know, how that exactly will work in a boss battle. Fear gas makes me think of the Batman Scarecrow. I don't know if it'll be anything similar to that, but I did enjoy the Batman Arkham games and Scarecrow was cool in those games, so I could see it being cool. We'll see though. Just please do not make it like that Scorpion mission in Spider-Man 1. I hated that mission. I don't know about you guys. I really disliked it, but hopefully in the end they become allies again, or somewhere down the line they become allies and come to an agreement in this franchise, but who knows, we'll see. But yeah, super excited to see Yuri become Wraith in Spider-Man 2. Her design looks really cool as well, from like what we can see at least on the tablet in the Kraven trailer. Third spot on the list is going to be Kraven the Hunter. I'm really interested in this Kraven because he seems just really accurate to who the character is for the most part so far, as far as like the way he talks, walks, acts. I'm very intrigued to see how his boss battles will be in the game, especially against symbiote Spider-Man and just regular Spider-Man too. This reminds me, I think Insomniac definitely took inspiration from Spider-Man 3, the video game to be more specific, because the game had Kraven, Lizard, and Venom in it. This game has Lizard, Venom, and Kraven in it too. And like, I don't mind, like, Spider-Man 3 was a fun game as far as the boss battles and the different villains, playing with the symbiote. That game was fun, in my opinion at least. The web swinging, pretty bad, but everything else about that game was pretty fun. Now, this second place isn't necessarily a villain, but I'd say she's a big adversary for Spider-Man to be reckoned with, or I guess sometimes she can be a villain, but sometimes she can be a good guy. It's weird, it's complicated. But I'm of course talking about the one, the only Black Cat, aka Felicia Hardy. I am so beyond excited to see her return in Spider-Man 2, just because like I really want there to be some sort of plot line when Peter has the symbiote and, like, you know, she comes back and is just like flirting with Peter, tempting him and just like on his body, try to encourage him to embrace the darkness of the symbiote, because that's just something she tends to do in these storylines with the symbiote. And I personally find it really interesting because it's essentially like it's a devil and an angel on your shoulder. So like in this case, in this universe, like assumingly the angels are Miles and MJ and Black Cat is the devil on Pete's shoulders. And I think that could be a really interesting dynamic to play around with as far as symbiote Spider-Man goes in this universe. Before we get to number one, some honorable mentions would be Sandman, and while this isn't confirmed, it's likely and also as well has been rumored. In Spider-Man 1, the game, there was a collectible hinting Sandman does already exist in the universe, and as well we got a plot leak recently saying Sandman will be a side villain in the game. Of course though, you know, it's a leak, it could be real, it could be fake, we don't know. One more thing regarding Sandman, apparently Coney Island will be a part of the game, and that is an amusement park with sand, I think. So I think Sandman is very possible, but again, who knows, we will see. Second honorable mention is going to be Mysterio, who does also already exist in this universe and was hinted at in a collectible in Spider-Man 1 2. As well, he was rumored to be in the game by a scooper and a plot leak as well, the same one as Sandman. So we will see if that ends up being true or not when the game does come out. Now, the number one spot, of course, is going to be Venom, because when's the last time we had Venom in a AAA Spider-Man video game? It's been a long time. I think Web of Shadows, honestly. So that's like literally, what, 14 years ago? That's kind of crazy, actually. 14 years without Venom in a AAA Spider-Man video game. Well, unless you count Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2, but I personally don't count that because that's not like a Spider-Man central title. So yeah, super excited to see, you know, how they do Venom Venom, like what will the story be? Hopefully it's a banger. I'm really excited for the boss battles with Venom too. I hope they do some cool stuff, like maybe we don't have a spider sense when fighting him, because you know, like that's a big thing for Spider-Man against Venom. Venom, like he's immune to Pete's spider sense, and he's just very evil and like diabolical when it comes to his vengeance on Spider-Man, but otherwise he's a good guy. So hopefully they show both of those dynamics well in Marvel Spider-Man 2, but of course we'll just have to wait and see. So what do you think of my ranked list of villains in Marvel Spider-Man 2 as far as who I'm most excited for and why? Make sure you comment your opinion and your list down below so I can discuss all that with you in the comment section. Thank you for taking time out of your day to click on this video. If you are new to the channel, I cover Spider-Man related scoops, rumors, leaks, confirmations for the games, movies, TV shows, and I try to upload as much as I can. So if any of that interests you, hit the subscribe button. We're on the road to 3,000 subscribers. If you want more of this type of content, leave a like on the video. Don't forget to check out my latest video on the left if you haven't already. I hope you have had a good day and that you enjoyed the video. Until next time.